Hello, welcome to Yoga with Lucy. Today's video is a short video for core and balance. So we're going to do a bit of core work, we're going to do some balancing, we're going to see how it all fits together. And we are starting off lying down on our back. So make your way there. Find a comfortable place to just pause, find some stillness and settle into the space, into the practice. You might bring one or both hands to rest somewhere on the body so that you can immediately start to tune in with the breath and the movement of the breath. So as you inhale, feeling your body fill with air and feeling the way that that moves. And then as you exhale, feeling that release, that letting go of the air. Let's just take 3 more deep breaths here. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet to the mat, centering ourselves, centering our hips and our bodies on the mat, getting comfortable. And then we'll lift one foot, one knee, followed by the other. So your knees are roughly above the hips. Bring them in a little bit if that's really uncomfortable and you feel like your lower back's trying to lift up. Just bring the knees in a little bit. Feel that connection with your back on the mat. Your legs are at a kind of rough 90-degree angle, and your feet, the soles of the feet are pointing forwards, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Your hands can be by your sides, just resting on the ground. Maybe you feel like you need a bit of extra support and you hold onto the mat or you press your hands into the ground. And you might already feel a little bit of a core connection here. Let's drop the right toes down to the mat and then lift them back up. Left toes down to the mat and lift back up. Right toes and then the left. Now let's bring the breath into this. So you're inhaling to drop the toes down, exhaling to lift them back up. Let's do one more on each side. So even it out. Okay, hug the knees into the chest just for a moment and then come back to that position. Option to do exactly the same thing again. If you felt a real connection with the core there, if you felt your core switching on, really working hard, do the same thing again. If you want a little bit extra, we're going to interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head, elbows wide, and lift the head, the shoulders up off the mat, looking up at the ceiling, not bringing the elbows in, not crunching in the neck. And again, you've probably felt that core connection switch on now. And we'll do the same again. Right toes down and then up. Left toes down and then up. Switching between the two. Continuing the movement. Don't forget the breath. And you can take this as slowly as you like. The slower you go, the more control you have. And we're bringing that mindful, that mind-body connection here. We're not just going through the motions, we're really noticing how this feels. Remembering to keep the elbows out wide if you've got your hands interlaced. And continuing this movement for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Even it out if you need to. And then let everything go. Hug the knees into the chest. Okay, holding on behind the thighs. We're going to rock up and down the spine. Bringing yourself, when you're ready, to a comfortable seated position. Really sitting up nice and tall here. It doesn't matter if you're cross-legged or legs out long, whatever feels best for you. But sitting up nice and tall. And even in just a seated position, notice how the core can help the way that you're sat. So if you're switched on here, you feel that connection to the core. You're sitting up taller, it's holding you in place. You're not relying just on the back. You're not putting all that pressure into holding yourself up. You're supporting yourself all the way around. Take another breath here. And then we'll move over to all fours. So if you're cross-legged, you can just roll over the knees here. But bring yourself to all fours, however you want. Pressing into the fingertips, into the knuckles. You might take a moment to rock forwards and back or side to side here. And then we're going to tuck the toes under. Tabletop position. Coming to hovering tabletop by lifting the knees a little way off the mat. And again, you're feeling that connection with the core. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Bring in, make sure you've got room behind you. I'm going to move forward a little bit. Bring in the right foot out behind you. Toes are reaching towards the back of the room. If you want to challenge your balance a bit here, bring the left arm out in front. And again, using the core to help you stay in this position. For 3, 2, 1. Hand comes down if it's lifted, but keep that leg stretched out. We're going to bend the right knee. Make a couple of circles with the knee. And then step the right foot forward, landing it between the hands. Give it a shuffle if it doesn't get there. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. And when you're ready, find your balance here. When you're ready, we're reaching up to the ceiling. Come into a high lunge. Using the core to help you balance here. Big breath. Bring the hands together, bring them down to heart center. And we're stepping the back foot forward. Weight into the right leg. Lift the left knee. Strong in that standing leg. Maybe making a couple of little circles with the ankle here. And then we're moving between this position and that lunge. So stepping the left foot back to the mat. Pausing here for a breath. And then lifting the knee again. If you need to tap it down in between, that's absolutely fine. Challenge your balance, but also don't do it in a way that's going to make you think, I can't do this. Don't push yourself too far. If balance is really tricky for you anyway, help yourself out by just tapping the toes down in between. We're going to go a little bit faster this time, so stepping the toes back and then bringing the knee back up. And again, feel free to step the foot down, step back and bring it up. One more. And then let it go. Let the hands go, give everything a bit of a shake. And then we'll set up for a sun salutation, starting in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then bring the hands down, step back to plank. Option to lower the knees for this. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and then we're lowering the knees down and we're back to all fours. Make sure you've got that space behind you. Stretching the left leg out. Maybe reaching the right arm forward. Feeling that core connection. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand comes down. Bend the left knee. Make a couple of circles with the knee. And then step the left foot forward. Setting up here so you're really grounded in that front foot. Maybe coming up to the fingertips. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Wait until you feel really balanced here. Maybe you need to widen your stance a little bit for that to happen. Maybe you need to play around with the stance. And when you're ready, sweep the arms up. High lunge. Pause in here for a moment, checking in with the body. Are you really tense? Are your shoulders up around your ears? Just ease into it. Take a deep breath. And then step the back foot forward, hands come to heart center. Bringing the weight into the left leg, lift the right knee. Maybe making a few circles with the foot. Maybe just testing out your balance here. Maybe you keep tapping the foot down just to really find that strength in the standing leg. And don't worry if your balance feels a bit off today. Sometimes we have days when we feel really well balanced, sometimes we don't. But it's something that the more we practice, the easier it gets, the more balanced we get. So stepping that right foot back now, toes landing down on the mat. Back to that lunge. Maybe you tap the toes down in between, maybe you don't. We're coming back to that one-legged mountain. Right knee is lifted. Speeding it up a little bit now. Right foot steps back. And then right knee lifts. Right foot steps back. And then lifts. One more. And then let it go. Shake it out. Give your knees a little wiggle, a little shake. Shake the hands. And then take a big stretch. And we'll fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Option to lower the knees. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Hands by the rib cage, elbows back. Press the tops of the feet into the mat to lift the kneecaps. Lift the chest. Come up to cobra. And then we'll tuck the toes. Send the hips up and back. Downward dog. 3 deep breaths in downward dog. You can find movement or stillness here, your choice. And then we'll drop the knees down and we're back in all fours. We come up to readjust. Hovering tabletop again. This time we're pressing into the tops of the feet. So lifting the kneecaps, just hovering them an inch or so off the mat. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let it go. Send the right toes out behind you, but this time they're down on the mat. And we're going to move on this back leg, so the toes are going to go out to the left. Left hand stays down, right hand reaches up to the ceiling. Take a little peep at the video if you're not sure what you're doing here. So you've made a little kickstand with that bottom leg, and from there you can open up, reaching the top hand up. Now from the core, so not pushing off too much with that bottom hand, nice controlled movement, we're lifting up. Gate pose. Right hand rests on the right thigh, left hand reaches up and over. And then we'll bring the hands back down and come back to all fours. Same thing on the other side now. So left leg stretches out behind you, toes down on the mat. We're going to swing this right foot out to the right so it creates that kickstand. Right hand stays down and left arm reaches up. I'm aware I've got my back to you here, so I'm going to do it on this side again just so you can see what I'm doing. We're working from the core again, so slowly rising up, lifting that bottom hand up, reaching the arms out by their sides, by your sides. Left hand rests on the left leg, flip the right palm, reach it up and over. And then we'll send both hands down, make your way back to all fours. Bring the knees wide apart, bring the big toes to touch, send bottom back to heels and forehead down to the mat. Pause in here in child's pose for 3 deep breaths. And then walk the hands up towards the body. Swing the legs over to one side and come to seated. Sitting up nice and tall. Doesn't have to be cross-legged, sit however you want. And let's stretch it out a little bit now. We've done a lot of work around here. You might feel a little bit tight, a little bit achy. Let's take a twist. So bring your right hand behind you. Bring your left hand to rest on the right knee or the right thigh. And sit up nice and tall. As you inhale, think lifting and lengthening. And then as you exhale, you might be able to twist a little bit further. Maybe turning your head to look over your right shoulder. Take it to the other side. Come back to center. Bring your hands together at heart center. tuck your chin a little bit, lengthening through the neck. Maybe you close your eyes or lower your gaze. I'm going to close the practice here. Feel free to stay in a seated meditation or come to Shavasana for however long you want after the video has ended. I'm going to close here with 3 deep breaths, and I invite you to join me. Big inhale through the nose. Sigh it out. 2 more. Thank you so much for joining me today, for choosing this video. Really appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.